Behold the monarch butterfly, nature's orange goth with a GPS fetish that somehow finds Mexico without ever having been there before. Look at this guy. It looks like a stained glass window that got into a fight with a Cheeto and somehow won. It's the supermodel of the insect world, all delicate and fluttery, and it looks like it would have a total meltdown if the wind blew too hard. But don't let this airborne nacho chip exterior fool you. This little slice of orange origami is basically a tiny winged Tom Cruise on a mission it absolutely has to accept. Because every fall, a very special generation of these things decides that Canada is, and I quote, about to get as cold as a witch's tit, and it flies 3,000 miles, or since we're talking Canada, 5,000 kilometers, to a very specific forest in Mexico. Now here's the part that'll scramble your brain. The fall migrating monarchs, called the super generation, or Gen Super as they prefer, make this insane journey and they have never been to Mexico. Seriously, not once. Their parents didn't go, their grandparents are too busy sipping nectar and making more butterflies to even think about it. Those are the lazy-ass summer generations. This one, the super generation, is different. They're born with an urgent nagging feeling like you left the stove on, but the stove is an entire continent away. And you have to fly there using wings made of glorified tissue paper. No, they don't have Google Maps. They don't have a wise old butterfly named Gandalf pointing the way with a tiny staff. Nope, they were born with directions pre-installed. It's the universe's most high-stakes ET Go Home project, and the instructions are written directly into their DNA. And yes, I know ET said phone home, but I'm paraphrasing here to fit the script, people. So how does a creature with a brain the size of a pinhead pull this off? Well, it's a two-part system of pure, unadulterated biological witchcraft. First, they use the sun. Simple, right? Except the sun moves, you dingus. If you just flew towards it all day, you'd end up flying in a big stupid circle and dying of embarrassment. To account for this, the monarch has a light and trainable circadian clock located in its antennae. Wow, this image is really science nerd stuff. Here's an easier one for us wannabe science nerds. It's a time-compensated sun compass. It knows what time it is, it sees where the sun is, and it does the trigonometry in its tiny little noggin to figure out which way is south. Your phone does this, but it needs satellites and a monthly data plan. The monarch does it with, and I can't stress this enough, its antennae. But wait, you say, what about cloudy days? When the sky looks like a sad gray blanket and the sun is just a rumor? A reasonable question for a brain haver like yourself. This is where it gets weird, or weirder I should say. When the sun is gone, the monarch switches to its backup system. It can feel the Earth's magnetic field. Now, deep in those same ridiculously overachieving antennae, they have light-sensitive proteins called cryptochromes. When these proteins get zapped by blue light from the sky, they become magnetically sensitive. They're basically wearing magnetic sunglasses that let them see the planet's invisible force field lines. It's like the Matrix, but with more milkweed and way less leather. They use the angle of these magnetic lines to orient themselves. It's a biological compass powered by quantum physics and sheer audacity. After weeks of this epic journey, avoiding birds, bad weather, and kids trying to catch them in butterfly nets, they arrive at a very specific forest of Oyamo fir trees, and I bet I pronounced that wrong, didn't I, in Mexico that they have never ever seen before. And they're not alone. Millions of them show up. They cover the trees so completely that the branches droop under their weight. It looks like the trees have suddenly decided to grow a fabulous orange fur coat for the winter. This is their winter resort. They just hang out for a few months, doing absolutely nothing. Then, in the spring, they get frisky, fly part of the way back north, lay their eggs, and promptly die. Their epic purpose fulfilled. Their children and their children's children will complete the journey, repopulating North America until a new super generation is born to do it all over again. So, the monarch butterfly. It looks like a decorative piece of autumn-themed confetti, a gentle soul that wouldn't hurt a fly, mostly because of professional courtesy. But in reality, it's a long-haul trucker with a PhD in astrophysics. It navigates a 3,000-mile death-defying gauntlet using a sundial and a magic 8-ball built into its face. The next time you complain that your GPS took a weird turn, just remember there's a butterfly out there doing transcontinental navigation with a brain that couldn't even process the plot of a Hallmark movie. And it's doing it flawlessly. The Monarch, proving that you don't need a big brain to do big things. You just need a deep, abiding hatred of winter and antennae that can see the soul of the planet. And while you're learning about crazy animal facts, why not check out this next one? And don't forget to check out the video description for the citations we used to create this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.